Drupad realized that he would soon fall prey to attacks by Drona and his army. To protect himself from enemy attacks, he desired a son who could kill Drona. Drupad organized a yagya and invited sages to offer prayers and grant him a son. When the yagya was over, everybody saw a young boy emerge from the sacred fire. This was the son that Drupad had prayed for. Drupad's son rose from the fire with beautiful garlands on his neck and a sword in his hand. While everybody was celebrating the birth of Drupad's son, they saw another figure emerge from the fire. This time, the figure was that of a girl. From the sacrificial fire, Drupad was blessed with a daughter. Drupad named his son Drishtadyumna and named his daughter Draupadi. It was soon after Draupadi's birth that the sages predicted that the daughter of Drupad will be the cause of the destruction of many Kshatriyas. Years passed and Draupadi grew up to be a young woman whose beauty was unrivaled. When the time came for her to be wed, Drupad organized a grand swayamvar and invited brave and noble men from across the land.
In Panchal, everybody was preparing for Draupadi's swayamvar with great excitement. News of the swayamvar had spread all across the country. Princes and Brahmans alike were preparing for the contest to win Draupadi. Upon hearing the news, the Pandavas decided to attend the swayamvar and win the hand of the beautiful princess of Panchal. Draupadi's swayamvar was attended by all the princes of nearby kingdoms, including Duryodhan and the other Kauravas. The Pandavas too attended the swayamvar disguised as Brahmans. At the swayamvar, a mighty bow was placed in the middle of the hall. After all the suitors took their seat, Drupad announced the challenge. To win the hand of Draupadi in marriage, one had to watch the reflection of a revolving fish in a bowl of oil and shoot an arrow to penetrate the fish's eye. Of all the talented princes who rose to string the bow, none could even lift the bow as it was too heavy for them. One by one, they all abandoned the quest and returned to their seats humiliated. Even Duryodhan failed to string the bow. When Arjun rose to string the bow, no one expected him to do anything spectacular. What chance did a Brahman have where so many Kshatriyas had failed? To everyone's surprise, Arjun not only lifted the bow, he actually fulfilled Drupad's challenge. He hit the eye of the fish effortlessly, and a stunned silence overtook the court.
The swayamvar of Draupadi was more than just a ceremony. It was a turning point in the Mahabharata. A point in time where paths of destiny converged and seeds of future devastation were sown. Among the kings who attended the swayamvar was Karna, the king of Ang and friend of the Kaurav prince Duryodhan. Though he was handsome to look at and skilled in the use of arms, the taint of being a charioteer's son never left him. When the king of Ang proceeded to the center of the hall to try his hand at the challenge presented by Drupad, it was Draupadi who spoke. And the words she spoke were harsh. She said that a Sutputra had no business being in the presence of kings. She said that regardless of his skills and his kingship, he would never be worthy of the hand of a princess. Thus insulted, Karna returned to his seat. If Draupadi could have seen the fires of humiliation that burned in his eyes, she would have shivered. She would have seen war and desolation that awaited this land in the future. But there were others at the swayamvar who were not there to marry Draupadi. Krishna was present in the Panchal court with his elder brother Balram. Though he was unmatched as a warrior and was the most beautiful man in the gathering, he did not try to lift the bow or string it or aim at the eye of the fish. In Krishna's eyes was the picture of all that had happened, all that was happening, and all that was about to happen. On his lips was a smile. He cheered when Arjun's arrow found its mark, and he applauded when Draupadi accepted him as her husband. It was a momentous occasion. one that deserved the presence of God himself.
After the swayamvar was over, the Pandavas set forth on their journey, taking Draupadi to her new home. On their way, the Pandavas were attacked time and again by several hostile local princes, but the 5 brothers fought them all off. Upon reaching their hut, the Pandavas called out for their mother, who at that time was inside praying. When Kunti heard her sons calling to her, she thought they had brought food. Carelessly, the mother of 5 sons said that whatever they had brought, they should share among themselves equally. But when Kunti saw the bride and was told that she was Arjun's wife, she regretted what she had asked her sons to do. Kunti immediately saw that she had made a mistake, but there were other worries on her mind as well. She feared that Draupadi's beauty might cause discord among her sons. To avoid the Pandavas from falling apart, Kunti did not take back her words. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul and Sahadev were hesitant to marry Draupadi as it felt wrong to them. They believed that only Arjun, who had won Draupadi, could be her real husband. As the Pandavas debated with Kunti, a sage who was crossing by appeared. The sage told Kunti that Draupadi, in her previous life, had prayed for a husband with 5 virtues. In this life, she was destined to be the wife of 5 husbands. Upon hearing this, the Pandavas could object no further. They obeyed their mother's orders and married Draupadi. What the Pandavas did not notice was that Drishtadyumna, Draupadi's brother, was witness to this marriage. When he goes back to Drupad and tells him of his daughter's fate, more seeds of war will be sown.
Before Vishwakarma started work on building the kingdom, the forests that surrounded Indraprastha were cleared by wildfires. The barren land of Indraprastha was made into a beautiful looking city with a magnificent palace, wide streets, gardens, streams and parks. The Pandavas named their new kingdom Indraprastha, since it was built in resemblance to Indra's own city.
As a Kshatriya, Yudhishthir was bound to accept all challenges related to gambling and fighting. Knowing full well the deceit the Kauravas were employing, Yudhishthir agreed to the invitation. Having made his decision, Yudhishthir made arrangements and set forth their journey to Hastinapur.